think like 12 at this point. I think a 12 or 11, something like that.
11.
I should really. This is my own shit, and I never know.
I listen to
But
a
it
lot of
doesn't matter.
podcasts. This is a
Really,
reoccurring theme. No one ever knows.
Nobody
what
ever
episode they're
knows
on.
exactly.
Yeah.
But here we are. We got the scene transitions too. They seem like they're flowing, but here with Chandler James. Hell yeah, bro.
What's up, my boy?
Thank you for coming out. This is dope.
Yes, sir.
So I found you through Zach, through our mutual friend,
Yes,
who
sir.
told me I went to community college with him, and he was like, "Hey, my boy's like been rapping for a second, like check him out." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is awesome. Like let me see what's up." So then I followed you, didn't really know what you were all about. Saw some videos because I love doing rap videos, of just like standing and rapping or like whatever in a parking lot, like whatever it might be. So I'm like, that caught my eye and followed you for a minute. And then you released this song, Problems, that got me. Now I'm all in, dude. I was like, yo, he's sick. Like, he can do it. But now I'm all in because I heard this song, especially that. So how did that start? Like, how did you get to where you're at with music? And
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started playing guitar when I was like 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really obsessed with like Green Day. Like I had every Green Day album. You were in the, I think I knew that. You were into Green Day too. I was real into Green Day and Rancid and like fucking Blink-182, a lot of pop punk and punk bands. Definitely My Chemical Romance.
MCR so hard.
Yeah, so sick. So like I played in a couple bands like growing up, and then I used to always rap as like a joke. And like it wasn't something I took seriously. And then I would say the big thing for me, like when I decided, I think I really want to rap, was when like Tyler and Earl like came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time I heard like Yonkers, I was like, oh, like he's doing something different. Like I could probably do something
them
like
with
this.
Like Domo Genesis too.
Yeah,
like you just hear these like grimy. You're like, what is this style? Like
right there. I remember hearing the first Earl tape and just being like so fascinated by. And those were like the first Earl, like the Earl tape and the Bastard were like the first two rap projects. I liked them. I loved rap. But those were the first two I like studied. Like, I'd sit there like breaking down the rhyme schemes and like, whoa, this is crazy. And that's when I started writing raps. That was at about like 15. And then I would say I really got into like lyricism probably when I first started listening to Pusha T, who's my favorite rapper.
You're huge on Pusha T.
Ever. He's the greatest rapper ever, in my opinion.
His last verse, as an aside, his last verse on that Freddie Gibbs tape is the best verse he's ever spit. That's probably, in my opinion.
But the thing, bro, about Pusha is like, you want to say that, but bro, Pusha was with the clips too. Like Pusha got a lot.
There's so much Pusha that doesn't get exposure now.
Bro,
that I know, dude.
We could do a whole podcast about fucking Pusha
we
T.
Go hours.
I'm so man, my idol. But neither here nor there. That's, I'd say, through Pusha and also getting really into battle rap, getting really into Smack URL.
Need that phase of the battle rap, bro.
And I got so in love with that, and then that's when I started to develop a taste for like, oh, this bar is crazy and this bar isn't. Like when you first start rapping, everything's crazy. You write to you. You're like, oh, I'm the nicest.
You always think your own shit's dope.
And then, but then I think for me, when I feel like I actually got good, is when I started to say, oh no, that's not dope. Like I'd hear a verse I spit and be like, no, I wrote a bad verse. Like fuck that, throw it away, and then on to the next one.
The self-awareness.
Yeah, and man, I mean, that's how the rap started. And then in terms of like, I do all my own production, I do all my own beats, and that just happened.
What are your beat influences? Producer influences?
Oh,
is it similar to the rappers, or are you more influenced by different types of beat makers?
Like, that's a good question. What beat makers? I mean, Kanye.
Huge.
Kanye's really dope. That was
people like hate to say that now. I feel like people hate people just don't even say it anymore. Or they just disregard how amazing of like a top 5 producer of all time, basically.
Definitely. I mean, I always liked Kanye, but I didn't realize I loved Kanye until I found out he produced his own music. I didn't know that for a long time. And he
produced so many other crazy
I didn't know how much
JayZ
did. I didn't know all that for a while because I grew up on pop punk music before I really got into
classic rock, bro.
So.
I'm even more farther disconnected.
Right. Growing up, like my mom played a lot of Led Zeppelin and my dad played a lot of Stevie Wonder. Like a lot of soul and rock. And
love that.
And then I got real into the pop punk and emo and all that shit, and like then from there the hip hop shit and the rap.
Went from there.
I got real into it.
It's
Yeah.
dope. What do you think about now? How you have guys like Juice World who are basically throwing in like emo slash pop punk,
Yeah.
guitar lines and shit, and like Poison
Yeah.
and Sting,
Yeah.
guitar riffs and shit. Like, what do you think about that mixture now? How it's almost? Do you think it's influence or like coming back to or coming back into rap, like almost a more punk
I
feel, or like?
so. I do think we're in the punk rock phase of hip hop.
Okay.
Which I say that
I
to
agree
say
with
like when like certain of these when these punk rock bands came out, people were literally like, this isn't music. This isn't what rock is about. This is any of this stuff.
Even Elvis, like they said.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, bro. It's literally a pattern you see through history. Like if you want to know what's gonna happen in the future, look at the past. Right? That's a general rule of thumb. So
It's all good.
all right, word. So
I'm not writing shit down.
Word. So you look at every like genres change over time, and every time the older generation is like, this isn't what it is. This is bullshit, and it's just. In hindsight, they realized it was a different thing. So right now, people are saying Playboi Carti's not hip hop. People are saying Lil Yachty's not hip hop. People are saying Lil Uzi's not hip hop. Juice WRLD, but
X, whatever.
Yeah, X, yeah, all these guys, and it's like, no, we're just in the punk rock phase now. We're in the phase of like, fuck it.
I think
not
X
about...
is like all those guys are a perfect example of that, and X too of like making. X making like a song that sounds like Kurt Cobain could have like.
Yeah.
Like the lyrics are a lot shittier, but I understand like
I think X. Yeah. I'm gonna give X some credit. I think he was a really.
Yeah. What do you think about?
He was a really great writer. Oh, man, I'm conflicted about X. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing for me because I'm such a huge fan of his music, and I was definitely when he was alive like on the train of like we don't really know if he did it, and like now like in hindsight, you're kind of like, yeah, he did that shit, and you kind of have to. That's
hard with artists, bro. It's hard to separate. With some artists, it's very easy to separate the artist from the art. With other artists, it's like no, people want to tie them all together. He's the same guy.
R. Kelly, you can't. You listen to R. Kelly now, and it's like, nah, he was talking about. That's exactly what he was talking about. Yep. Yo, R. Kelly is sick. I just want to say fuck R. Kelly real quick one time.
For the fucking books right here.
Just in case anybody's wondering where I'm at with it, fuck R. Kelly.
Fuck R. Kelly. This is for the books, baby.
Yeah, man, R. Kelly was...
Let's just put that down.
But yeah, with X, bro, I'm still a huge fan of his music. And, he's so young and people make mistakes and they grow, like...
Easily.
I'm definitely of the school of thought of, like, Chris Brown was fucked and I've forgiven him.
Yeah.
Like, you can have both those thoughts.
And I like his way of coming back, too. I like his Lil Dicky. Like, I don't... Yeah, like, I don't mind... I like that he's doing shit with Joyner and Lil Dicky instead of Drake and whatever, like, whoever else is at the top. Yeah. Drake and Cardi B. Like, if you think about it, he probably could have done features with a lot of different artists. And then he does them with Lil Dicky and, and you're like, oh, this is... Like, I respect that.
That's more. How you know Chris a real dude.
Because that's the artist he wants to do it with.
Chris Brown was in the studio with Sue Surf. I don't know if you know who Sue Surf is.
I don't.
He's a Jersey rapper. Actually, I think he might be locked up right now. I'm not sure. If he still is locked up, free Surf. But really dope street rapper. Fire. It goes back to, like, almost like the Jadakiss Styles P type of days. And to see Chris Brown with someone like Surf, it's like, wow, like you just want to work with the people you fuck with. It's not about any superstar. Because Chris Brown could be a superstar. He could be a Beyonce. But instead,
he could be a superstar again.
That's a great point, too, yeah. I mean, he is. Chris Brown.
He is. Chris Brown still is doing more, but he did fall. He did fall. For a second. And it's not that he fell off or anything. I think he just laid low. Obviously, because hella shit went down. He did a
whole mixtape with Ray J about being a blood. And nobody just on some fun shit, like, yo, let's make this blood like me. Shout out to Chris Brown. I fuck with Chris Brown. The new album's too long, though.
Oh, yeah.
The new album's too long.
No, for real.
Sorry, bro, I'm not listening.
Oh, okay. If we're going to talk about too long albums, can we bring up this Chance record? Can we talk about this Chance record? Oh, you want to talk about the Chance album?
I would love to. Dude. I would love to.
I need to talk about this Chance record.
So, I love the Chance album.
Yeah?
It seems like I'm one of the only people.
I'm not with you on it, but go into why you like it.
I really, really like the Chance album. I think he's rapping really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of, like, the soul and jazz and, like, fucking fun, upbeat influence. Like, I think it's just dope hip-hop music. I think it kind of is too long and it loses its sense of direction towards the end. But bro, it's fire. And he's rapping his ass. I don't get people saying he's not rapping well. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, I'm of the school. I agree with you. I think it's a dope record. I don't think it's a bad album. I just think it does. I think it lacks direction. I don't think it has like a cohesiveness to it. I think that I don't know like I listened to it and I really don't know what he was going for as like a whole.
The
like
cohesiveness is his wife.
Yeah,
It's
I
his
see.
marriage.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
see.
team.
Yeah, no, 100%. I see that, but in like what 22 songs, I just lost it, man. Like halfway through, I just didn't even want to listen to it anymore.
I want to shout out my man Will real quick. My man
Yeah.
Will Jr., who's on my new single.
Just found out about him too.
Very dope. Yep. You got to get him on here. But
100%.
He has a theory that this album, in like 5 years, when we've all grown up a little bit and we're like starting to get married and shit, we're all gonna like it a lot more. He has a theory about that.
The Chance record?
I think he might be right. He thinks as we get, because he thinks he's kind of on like a mindset that's a bit further ahead in maturity than. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him.
No,
but I think it's a decent
there's
point.
something to that. That's definitely a point to make.
Point.
There's something to that.
Also, like just to speak to that album, like its power. That shit made me miss my ex so bad because I was just sitting there like, damn, having a girl is fire. Like, and that's what's so dope about that.
True. That brought emotion into it for me. 100%. I think almost anything that Chance makes, there is like an expected amount of emotion that like because I don't know about you, but I'm tied to acid rap. Like that was that's what brought me in to Chance. And this is where the gripe is coming from. The gripe is coming from people listen to acid rap, listen to 10 Day, and then kind of just like Coloring Book. They were like, I don't know, too weird.
I like Coloring Book.
I like Coloring Book too. Yeah, I think they did it. I don't know. I'm gonna pivot on Chance for a second. I think they kind of fell off.
I people love Coloring Book.
I think a different crowd. I think it's.
That's a good point. I can see that.
I think it's a different crowd. I can see that. I think some people were like almost didn't know, and then he released. They were kind of in the gray area with Chance for the last like few years. And then they wanted him to bring like an acid rap style back, and you can't bring a style. You can't. It just doesn't make sense to bring a style back like that.
Yeah, you gotta work from just where you are.
Exactly. I think he made the best music that he could make, that he wanted to make.
Bruh, I fucking.
But
like
still, the length. I'm like, I don't know.
No, it's too long.
Like I understand.
Every album. Yeah. Every album is too long, bro.
Yeah.
Remember
that Drake like playlist thing that he made?
Yeah.
Like that shit. What even?
But
he can do it.
But the thing with that is that album was like you could hear it and it's literally designed to be played in the background, like which makes sense as to why it's so long. Like I like that project too. I like Drake. Drake is fire.
I like Drake. This is the thing that I was watching another podcast. It's called the Radium Podcast. It's about music production and like. These are guys who do a lot of shit for like high level artists and movies and things like that. Yeah, peep it. It's a lot of good information, but they were saying how Drake did a tape with Block Boy to get into that realm of rap, almost as like I can do this too, to like get I guess like more of the street rap style, and then so he could then make that type of album for himself. You know what I'm saying?
What type of album?
Like that type of rap, rather than going from the Drake like, the almost like the club shit, going from the club shit to a more like street Drake.
Drake has always had that respect though, because he had the records with Ross, and he had the 5 a.m. in Toronto, and then people's always fucked with Drake, like, and that's what's crazy about him is like. You think about like J. Cole like appeals to the college crowd, and then we could say Meek appeals to maybe more of like the street crowd. Drake really appeals to both. That's like what's so amazing about him is like everyone fucks with Drake,
Oh, I think that was a genius move. Like that's where I was going with that. I think he could basically do whatever he wants in hip hop. I think, and I think that anywhere he goes, and don't get me wrong, he's got a massive team of people who can put all this together, and I think like they probably deserve as much of like a shout out as Drake himself. And I think that with all of these artists, like all these artists have these people, and that's like an unknown thing in the like outside of the music industry that people don't realize. Like Drake's a genius, don't get me wrong, but like
no, the team helps a lot.
Great, yeah, and that's what I'm telling artists now, which obviously we never knew what to do. Like we didn't know, like everybody who came up to us trying to like tell us some shit about music, we were always like. At least I was always like, what is this guy really trying to do?
Facts.
Like, what's the end goal? It's so hard to develop a team of people who are like, nah, bro. Like, I don't want money. I'll actually, like, invest in you because I believe in you. Like, find somebody like that?
I didn't want to hear shit when I thought I was gonna put out my first tape. That shit was gonna blow up, and then I'll be chilling. That's like the like you don't realize like Drake's first tape so far gone pop because of like so much connections and so much stuff that was set up for. And same with Kid Cudi and like all these people. Like you think just because the music's great, it's gonna be enough, and like also it's like humble yourself. Your music's not that great. This is me talking to myself when I was like fucking 18. Like bro, it's not that good. Like you're not gonna blow up. It kind of sounds like shit, you know. I'm just now at a point where I'm like, okay, I think this sounds good enough that people might fuck with it. People fuck with the first tape, though. I'm lying, but I don't.
Marketing, bro.
It's real.
What the things? Oh, if I had a list of things that artists do the worst, that is at the top of the list.
I don't do marketing.
And I don't think that we're supposed to be good at it. I just think that we're supposed to do it.
That's such a. That's a bar. That's so real. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's real, man.
It's like this is the thing. You're gonna pay an A&R or whatever if you're at the point to have an A&R, but you're gonna pay a mastering engineer or whatever. Why would people think? I mean, and you can do the marketing on your own. Don't get me wrong, but I think that it makes so much more sense to just have somebody like if you're gonna go through every other step and pay people along the way to make your record dope. You might as well just, you should have half of what you spend should also be marketing.
That's why I'm an idiot, though, is because I don't pay anyone for anything. Like, I don't pay for...
I don't think you're an idiot, though.
Beats,
I don't think... See, that's the other side of it.
I literally do everything. But, like, the thing is, when you let less people in on the process and less people are involved, less people are part of it. And it kind of... It's less people are going to be like, yo, check this out. Because people, a lot of time they only... cape for what's gonna benefit them, unfortunately. But I'm trying to get away from that. We trying to put everybody on and just spread love.
I'm with it. I'm so with it, man. I've met so many. I met probably like 30 artists this summer, and like mostly Jersey guys, and I was like, yo, like these people are not like they just want to do it. Most of them, Yeah. And and you'll get like 5 or 6 of them that that they just want to like the clout. Like they never even release a song. Like they just want to be like have videos of them in the studio and stuff, and that's cool. Like I think you should be able to do that too because you're funding, like you're feeding a family. Like you're paying the guy to record your time in there, even if you're not gonna release a song. I think that's dope. But then there's just a small group of them that it's like, yo, these guys like you and I think like myself even at some point, maybe not right now, but like you just feel it with artists. I feel like. I mean, what's your take on that? What's your take on what kind of the seriousness of like making art? Like, do you flow with it or like?
It's funny because like I take it really seriously, but I'm like a real goofy and like fun person in real life, and then I think I catch people off guard because I get in the studio and I'm like, no, like we're working, like. When I write a verse, I watch my friends write verses in 5 minutes, and I can't even. That doesn't even fit in my brain. Like a rap, like some melodies, some shit like that. I'll write cool. I'll write quick because I just that stuff comes from flowing. But a verse like raps, I'm sitting down for an hour or more. Like I'm really writing. Like I take this shit very fucking seriously, bro. And like. I don't know, when you meet someone who's got that energy, that passion, and you can just work off each other, that's the greatest. Like, something I've started to do recently, I've realized that so much of this shit is about energy and about keeping that shit moving. I don't want to write things down anymore. Like, I'm getting so far from writing down my lyrics. I'm really not doing it much anymore. I find, cause like, it's like, okay, you ever heard this point they make about men don't like asking for directions because they say, when we stop, we lose our sense of direction, so we don't like to ask. I think it's the same thing with writing. I think you stop to write a line, and now you've taken yourself out of it. You got to get back into it and then think of the next line. When if you can just say the line, next line, and you just go through it in your fucking head, it happens quicker. Like, that energy
is a flow
so
state,
important, bro.
It's
the
a
flow state shit is so real, bro. And that's, like, why someone like Young Thug is so crazy, because, like, you can hear his... I think he's the dope lyricist, honestly, but sometimes it's incoherent, but it just makes sense. And it just makes sense because, like, bro, when you're in that flow state and you're just coming out of your brain and just you're just letting it make sense as opposed to overthinking it. Like,
wow, yeah, that's true. That's so true. Letting it make sense. You have to let it makes sense to you, and that's it. Like, and maybe it's not even you. It's just what is coming out of you. It doesn't have to be the same.
I don't know if you fuck with Bon Iver. You fuck with Bon Iver?
I don't know.
Justin. We all know Bon Iver, bro.
No.
Fire folk artist. He worked with Kanye.
Okay.
He's super fucking dope. He's beyond a folk artist at this point. That's honestly understating him to say that. But he talks about his first album. Like, he was making music for years, to my understanding, and like it never really like clicked. And then his first real album, the shit that blew up, he recorded this shit in like a shack, hunting for his own food and like all this shit. Like, it's this crazy, It's this crazy story. An awesome album. But he said he stopped thinking about lyrics and he just let them just be what they were. And they became these like beautiful, visceral, surreal like landscapes, like that. Just like, even when the lyrics don't make sense, like so much in your brain, you could just feel like it just does make sense. You just understand.
And even like just the sound of it.
Yeah.
Take the words away, whatever. It's just the feeling that you get from the sound.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing.
But then at the same time, there's also the time and place where it's like, nah, you better fucking rap right now.
No, yeah.
I hate when, because like there's two things. Like, you could be doing some dope, flowy, visceral shit, and that's fire. I love that. But there's also a time and place where, like, don't tell me you're an MC and then I hear you rap and it's just like, I went and got a cat with a bat for my hat. Like, bro, no. Bro, if your bar doesn't make me go, stop.
That stank face.
Yeah,
if the bar don't give you that stank face, then you don't have it. Then go back to writing the viscerals, which I can't do. So respect the people who can do that.
I went to a fucking rap show the other day, and not a single person made me go, ugh. And I was so upset. I left just like, what? Like, no. Oh, man. And that's why, like, okay, so I got this.
Was it open mic or just...
Nah, I don't want to say exactly what it was. I don't want anyone to know who I'm talking about.
It's all good.
But if I say it, it's too specific.
No worries. No worries. For
sure. Shit. Like, that's like, so I have this EP coming out next month. Actually, so the EP, I'm announcing right now.
Plug
EP
that.
is called Sustain. It's coming out on September 25th, which is my birthday. I have a show September 24th. It's coming out on midnight that night. So I'm really excited about that. And that EP, that's what my new single Kids is from. And I got another single called Heads Up coming out from that. I don't know if you're familiar with Mosiah.
No.
Mosiah is a Jersey artist.
So. Wait up. Maybe I've seen him through you.
He's a pretty popular artist.
Hey guys, my bad. I actually tried a new thing today on the podcast where I can flip through the different screens, and you'll see that right now, obviously. But I didn't realize that it wouldn't record audio when I'm on a different screen, so I'm sorry about that. If a computer screen comes up, say it's Spotify or something, just if you want the audio, just skip to the next section. I appreciate it. So, thanks guys. BOPCAST, we're out.
Four projects at once, and then whichever one is done, I drop.
Mm-hmm.
But usually by the time I drop it, it's like old. Like, I have songs on there, it's like a year old. It's kind of a weird process, but it's what I like to do. I like to sit with it and make sure I love it first, and make sure it can't be any better. So I said to say Sustain is not on some super rap shit, but I know I'm working on I'm working on 3 other projects, and one of them is gonna be on some super rap shit. Because I keep going around and hearing people rap and going like, nah, like I could do this better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, like, the EP is not on some crazy rap shit. And I'm like, that's cool. I like the EP. It's fire. Like, the whole Sustain EP is about duality. It's all just about, I feel this way and I think this way and they conflict and that's okay. Like, I'm this person and I'm that person and that's okay and that makes sense. Like, that's something I'm very passionate about. But that being said, it's time to rap too, bro. I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought.
You're straight. You want to rap? Yo, straight up though.
I just want to say, go listen to my single Kids.
And I got you right here too. Straight up. So this kid makes like a sicko mode type of like in your face shit, like just but with dope bars and that you like kind of have to listen to a few times. Like I had to like on like the song's called Problems. On like the 10th listen, probably I started connecting like more bars together. Like even just because of your flow, like I was just trying to put them to. I was trying to get in your head of like what's this flow, like what is he saying, and so that really got me just so hooked into that song. And then you make something like Gosling, or any like you were saying the even kids like not a hard rap, more of like a summer kind of like upbeat jam. And so, like, your versatility is dope. I love that.
I promise
you just keep doing that. Just keep doing that versatile shit because you don't know because it could be Problems that one crowd loves, right? It could be the more R&B type shit or the laid back. So, props to you on that. Props to you.
Thank you so much. I want to say my favorite song I ever made is called Concept Execution. It's on my EP still, and. By the way, that cover art,
Before he releases his new one too, because then you're gonna get like more of a back and forth. Because I think that's like key. Well, that's definitely key to see like the back and forth of it.
The original,
then you can become a fan.
Thank you. And the idea originally was that it's still, and then it's gonna be sustained.
Oh, I see.
And then I was gonna drop. I don't know how much I want to say. So I want to drop an EP called Static, as like the ending to a trilogy. But I have this new idea for what I think I want to do for my next like real like full. I'm gonna do like a full like 10 to 13 song project, which I haven't done in a while. And I have this idea for what I want to do, and I don't think it's gonna be static, but that'll still happen eventually. But I have this idea right now, and it's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say yet. I might pull the Beyonce and just drop it.
Just fuck it.
It's gonna be next year though. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be crazy, and it's for the people I really came up with. It's gonna be something for the people I really grew up with who really know me, and that's where
I actually started with that. That was my first tape. It was for the people that listened to me first. Like that was crazy. And then I kind of deviated from that and started like, which I still mixed it in. I feel like, but what do you think about that? Like, what you're
saying right now is so crazy because this is. My first, I'll put it this way. My first tape was a tape called Young Gosling. It's my most successful tape still to this date. It's gotten the most plays. People liked it the most. Just in general, people still talk about it the most. And I'll say this, that came out on March 3rd of 2015. And the 5-year anniversary is coming up in March.
That's crazy, man.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
That's it.
But we're working on something.
Good shit, man. That's crazy. That's a lot of years, man. I think I'm at like
do this, bro.
20. It's obvious. He does it. Yo, you heard it here first. Chandler James, baby.
Yo, fuck that, bro. I love this music shit, bro. That's all I want to say.
Same, bro. No, the shit. I think it's crazy, man. I think like the come up of, like I said, seeing these people like this summer motivated the fuck out of me, bro. It motivated the fuck out of me because I saw these people and like they're doing 10 times more than I'm doing, and that's okay. Like that's okay because not some artists like record in a shed and never even do one open mic and then they blow up 7 years later, right, or something. So like art doesn't have to have a trajectory, right? But like when you see people just shows every day, open mics every like shows, bang, New York City, Philly, everywhere they're driving, like making $20 on a gig or something, you're like, okay.
I'm gonna say, yo, in the words of the great JayZ, first album 26, I ain't need no deal.
That's it.
First, JayZ, the greatest rapper of all time, objectively speaking, first album at 26.
That's crazy.
One of the best hip hop albums.
And he doesn't write anything. As far as I know.
He doesn't.
If he's
he doesn't.
lying, he doesn't.
No, too many people have confirmed that JayZ does not write things down.
No, I get. He just pulls. I think he just does it like. I think it's rare he does a third take.
He's so good, man.
I feel like he's just in there.
JayZ 444 is such a good. Bro, JayZ is so amazing, bro. Fuck, man.
That album's underrated, very underrated, because
no one heard it because it's only on fucking Tidal, bro.
No one heard it because it's only on Tidal. The Rosenberg and all them and everybody, they weren't shitting on it that hard. Like, they were okay with it. Like, I think they gave it decent publicity, but I think the Tidal definitely killed it. Definitely killed the amount of streams that it would and the amount of outreach it would have got. But it was a grown up album. Like, it was JayZ at however old he is. That's the album he was making.
Go listen.
He wasn't making fucking modern hip hop, Uzi, whatever the hell you want to call it, whatever type of trap. No, this was a grown up album, and I love that.
Go listen to fucking Marcy Me off that shit and tell me JayZ's not the best rapper.
And the video too is weird, but it's good. It's weird if you like. It's good if you like that artistic shit.
I don't know if I saw that video.
It's like the people dancing and like it's literally just people dancing.
I saw the Story of OJ video. That was a good video.
Is that the one I'm thinking of? With the
no, that's the one where he's a Sambo. He's Sambo character. He's like the blackface.
Oh, okay, that one's dope too. Yeah, no,
that's a great song.
I think Marcy Me is the one where they're dancing, but it's crazy.
Bro, tell me JayZ's not the fucking. Go listen to Marcy Me. Go, wow, he didn't write this down, and then tell me JayZ's not the greatest. Like, just you're not. Don't tell me that, bro. By the way, the top 50 rapper thing, you saw that going around?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I want to say two things. For those of you who made a list and JayZ wasn't top 3, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. I saw people with JayZ at like 7. I'm like, yo, that's. I saw someone with Lil Wayne above JayZ. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta chill.
Yeah, but it's all personal, bro. It's all personal. It's preference.
No.
They're not thinking about it technically, bro. I know. That's the problem. What's the internet?
No, it's not. I mean, it's really not the.
It's not.
On my list, Pusha T's number 1. So
listen, if that's a problem, then me doing this podcast is a problem because everything's our opinions, right? So at the same time, it doesn't matter.
Said,
but no, JayZ's objectively, if you're trying to be objective, but like, this is the problem. This is the baseline problem. There's no rap fucking test. There's no like you can't do it. There should be like there is no way to objectively measure any type of art, even in one genre by itself.
Well, that's what's so dope about it.
Exactly. That's the amazing part. So when you see a list, you're like, it's just the fucking words on a page, bro.
But
it's dope to get your mind going of like, who else is really good.
Fuck me, because like, bro, I don't fucking even know. Like, I never heard a Cool G rap song. How am I supposed to say top 5?
I think I've heard one. Yeah,
fucking rappers,
Rakim.
Bro.
I mean, Rakim's great, but like, I don't even listen to Rakim. Like,
I don't listen to Rakim, bro. Rakim changed the landscape of hip hop.
But we're not Joe Budden. We're just not Joe Budden's generation. We're not that.
That's the other thing I want to say. Mm-hmm. Joe Budden is top 50 of all time. Don't tell me Joe Budden's. He's not number 3. But Joe Budden is top 50 of all time. He might damn well be number 50.
I don't even listen
to him.
Top. I've listened to like 3 songs.
Bro, Joe is fucking crazy, bro.
But he's underrated too.
So fucking nice. Bro.
You know why? Because only hip hop heads fucking him.
He's so nice.
That's the problem.
Bro.
And like other people do, but he just doesn't get that outreach.
Joe Budden said one of my favorite lines ever. He said, "It ain't enough cloth, real N-word, straight from my mother's stomach. Ain't enough cloth for all of us to be cut from it."
Yeah,
bro,
that's crazy.
Those kind of, bro, like. That kind of shit is insane.
I like him equally as much as a person as well.
Oh,
like,
I love.
Like
Joe.
I can't speak on his records because I just really haven't listened to him. But I love I watch most of his podcasts that he does with say Vince Staples or Russ. Like we should talk about Russ.
The
pull up is crazy. It's just a dope medium.
I listen to Joe Budden podcast. I love that podcast. I listen to a lot of podcasts. What podcasts you fuck with?
Oh, man.
You're a Joe Rogan guy, right?
I go deep with the podcast. Yeah, so Joe Rogan's my ultimate.
Okay.
I have watched, so there's 1,400 Joe Rogan episodes. I've probably watched 900 of them. So if there's like so many, if you need good Joe Rogan episodes, just let me know. I can give you like a top 50, honestly.
Okay, word.
So like, there's that. Yeah, bro. My boys text me all the time, like, "Hey, like, yo, what's a good one for this? I want one for like fitness." I'm like, all right, so like, bam, 1, 2, give him like 5 names. Lit. So Joe Rogan, this other guy, Tim Ferriss, he's cool. He's more like
I like Tim Ferriss.
Yeah. Tim
I haven't listened to his podcast, but I fuck with Tim Ferriss.
He's cool. Just lifestyle. I actually have his book over there. I have 2 of his books. Impact Theory is great. Let's see. There's probably just one more I could throw out there, and the Radium one for the music. And then there's probably like 10 other ones that I kind of like. Your Mama's House is good. Like, there's just all these kind of ones that I see an episode here and there.
Residual or whatever.
Residual, yeah, and like Theo Von's podcast, hilarious.
I've heard Theo Von. I like the Chris D'Elia. I like Congratulations.
Oh, Chris D'Elia's good too.
They're kind of like I've heard some Theo Von because they did like Switch podcast thing.
Yeah.
I love Brilliant Idiots. You listen to Brilliant Idiots with Charlamagne and Schultz?
Mm-hmm.
I love because I love Charla.
I love.
See,
I'm more.
So funny.
I know Schultz just tells it how it is every time.
So
man.
does Charlamagne though. Like,
I'm not saying
they're
he
so
doesn't.
great. They
Yeah.
both just speak their truth.
I just
which I
just like the way that Andrew does it because he's a comedian. That's why.
He's so.
I
saw him in New York on the Views from the Sis tour, and that man is hilarious. I thought the stuff he did live was actually funnier than the stuff he released on YouTube.
It has to be.
He was so, bro.
He's such a crowd worker, bro.
Funny, bro.
And rappers should be taking notes from comedians, 100%. Everybody who goes on stage should take notes from comedians. Are like some of the best people on stage. And don't get me wrong, music artists are as well. But I think to work a crowd like that,
no, it's incredible.
Someone like Andrew Schultz, you got to take notes, even if you're not saying anything.
I've tried stand up, and it's really fun.
Did you?
I've done a couple sets.
Respect,
it's really fun. It's not easy. It's not easy.
It can't be, but it looks so easy
when
people do it well.
Though.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun as shit.
So I
listened to Joe Budden too.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jack Shepard's podcast.
I haven't.
Armchair Expert is fucking really good, man.
I've seen a little bit of it.
If you like mental wellness,
I love that
and moving through life, consciously
mm-hmm.
and understanding yourself and the people around you and boundaries and. It's a really good podcast.
I got a good question coming up right now for this. This is the ultimate. This
is
the question I ask every time. No, this is the. All right, so it's not really open ended, but it can be. Like, do you meditate or do anything like mental? Like, do you walk or like do you have any sort of like thing like that?
Okay.
That you do in your life? Like, what is that for you? What is your meditation?
I used to actually meditate. I'm like, I wish I could tell you right now that I do still meditate often. I haven't meditated in years. To be real with you.
I got you, bro.
Man, I like to go for walks. I skateboard now and then, but recently I fell really bad on some bullshit, and now I'm like, bro, I'm getting old. Like my shoulder been hurting for like 3 weeks now.
Gotcha. I don't think everybody needs it. Like my thing is like
I do.
You do?
I should take bro, because honestly, bro, I'm a little mentally unstable. Like I'll keep it a beam with you.
I need to do it now. I need to do it. I need to work out too. See, working out like really helps that for me. But like everybody's got their. Like I said,
I will say
it could be music for you. Like it could
be
anything.
The music is a big source of therapy for me.
Yeah.
Especially like just writing, like just what I do recently.
That's a better question.
I'll say this is my meditation recently. I've started forcing myself when I drive. I used to always have a podcast or music on. I go silent and I write. I write the whole time. Like right now, I'm actually writing for this. I'm writing for this battle right now. I'm doing like a Smack URL style.
Oh, for real?
Battle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to promote it if you got a link or something.
Yeah, bro. We don't have the exact info yet. It's soon. It's in about a month, but we don't have like the exact info yet because it's just like
But yeah, hit me up. I'll throw it up on the ground and shit.
My dog.
I got you.
But bro, just getting into that bag and just sitting there. I just rap for like I was living in Roselle for a couple weeks, driving all the way to my job, which is I'm not gonna say exactly where it is, but it's like an hour drive.
Yeah.
And just rapping for an hour straight. That shit I love that shit, bro. And it helped. You gotta write it as a rapper. I'm not sure if you do, but I would advise you to write every day. Because even if it's bad, I saw the best thing the other day. It said, yo, when you're young, you think it's all about motivation. And as you get older, you realize it's about understanding your process. That shit fucked me up because that's real.
Just for people listening, just let that settle.
Isn't that crazy?
Fucking think about that. Listen, if you're gonna go, I think, David Goggins?
No.
He's like crazy ultramarathon, like Marines, Navy SEAL type shit, motivation type person.
Shout out David Goggins.
Shout out David. You gotta see this guy.
I got fuck with him.
He's he's just crazy, man. But like, he's like, he basically just tells it like, you can't he warns against using music when you work out and do things you have to do, because he's like, when it comes down to it, it's just your mind. So why you're putting this mental, you're just letting this thing take over in your head, so you don't have to think about it. He's like, what happens when you're there and you got to think about it and you have no other stimulation, right? So like that's almost what that's coming towards in like a micro view, in the day-to-day view, like of you in your head. Like it's always just you in your head.
Yeah.
So anybody can motivate you. A video can motivate you, right? But like the video is not in your head talking to you. It's you. It's you, right?
Is it you? We can get
it's like, it's somebody else, but
you, like, bro, what even?
It's somebody else, but it's you.
Fam, this is the kind of shit.
Don't believe your own thoughts.
People think I smoke like that because I say shit like that. Bro, what's going on back here, bro? Think about this. Yeah. You have your vision, bro.
Facts.
And there's just nothing here.
Yeah. And well, it's
like when you close your eyes, you see black.
Mm-hmm.
And then you open your eyes, you see shit. And what the fuck is
here?
Yeah,
but you know what's
like,
crazy?
Bro, like, I know that sounds fucking...
No, it's not.
I know that sounds like I be smoking weed.
The craziest thing about it is that you're the place that you see with your eyes, and then the place that you see when you close your eyes is the same place. It's not a different place. It's the same thing. Because your mind's processing it. So it's not a different thing. It can't be. Like, on an actual level. Like, whether you have your eyes... That's just one sense. That has nothing to do with the overall picture. Yeah. So, like, mentally, like, if I'm going to get... Now, I try to avoid this hippie dippy shit. I try to avoid it because I don't want to sound like I'm like a guy, like, dude, you gotta fucking meditate every day. Like, to get, like, no, you don't. Like, no, you don't. You might. Like, I do, but somebody else might not. But at the end of the day, like, it's just, you're right, though. To bring it back to the process. It's a process.
Yo,
finding
never,
your own process.
Bro, I'm truly believe, I'm gonna shout over my friends. I'm gonna shout out my friend Alex Scalavino.
Shout out Alex.
He's a great guy, bro. Man, another guy, he's an actor and a stand-up comedian. Would be a great guy for this show.
Okay, sweet.
Brilliant guy, dude. I talk to this dude as often as I fucking possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And he said this shit to me. We're both big Four Agreements guys. I don't know if you read the Four Agreements. It's the best book ever written.
Okay.
My favorite book. Literally read the book. Immediately, my life was better.
Yeah, I needed
never had an experience like that in my life.
Book anyway.
The Four Agreements, very quick read. It's amazing. And something he took from this book that he said to me, and it's kind of in the book, but just the way he put it up, is he was just like, bro, the whole point of life is just to be true to yourself. Find out who you are. And I said that to say, bro, don't try not to be on your hippie dippy shit. Fuck what they think of you.
No, I
someone
agree.
Feels like you're on
I'm
some
just
shit,
I'm making a joke out of it,
bro.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Shit, bro.
No, I'm making a joke. I'll spit any fucking hippie dippy shit that I want. I don't care what people. I think that I'm basically taking it as, we all know those people that want to, it feels like their message isn't real because it's so, there's so much fluff to it, right? And for me, I'm making a joke about me trying not to even sound like those people, right? I think what we're saying has a lot of substance to it. And I don't want people to get lost in the sauce.
Because a bitch could get lost in the sauce, man.
Motherfucker could get lost in the sauce real quick.
You seen that video?
No.
Gucci Mane said,
yes.
Bitch could get lost in the sauce, man.
Yeah.
What did he say? He said some shit.
No, he's like, you can't.
They got too much seasoning.
What happens when what happens when you don't have money? At least you got sauce.
Yo,
like you can always have sauce. But that's true. Even if you don't have money, you can always have sauce, man.
Facts.
You could always have, like, you could always have, even when swag was a huge word. Remember when swag was like the biggest word? Like, you could still have swag, and swag's still like in its own spot. You can still have sauce. You can still, I guess, just be a real person if you don't have to, like, it doesn't matter the things you have.
This just popped in my head, but I just want
to ask I drank coffee or something.
I drink a lot of coffee. I'm only on 1 cup right now.
Same. This is my first cup.
I'm supposed to be on 3 by now.
What you do?
Let me ask you something, because I was just thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
What does Rick Ross mean to you?
Rick Ross, the rapper?
Yeah.
So I have a perspective on it based on the fact that the real Freeway Rick Ross sued rapper Rick Ross because rapper Rick Ross mentioned Freeway Rick Ross in his music video, basically implying that he took his name from Freeway Rick Ross, who was the biggest drug dealer in Los Angeles. There's a whole story behind it. And so the real Rick Ross sued him and lost. So he couldn't prove that he, like, stole his name, right? Because it's all a bunch of legal shit. I think that Rick Ross is I don't mind the things that he's talking about. I think most rappers. I think he has a dope voice. I think he has good bars. I like some of his music is just Rick Ross music.
Okay.
You know, and sometimes I just want to listen to some like Maybach music or something, right? Like because I'm in that vibe. But if I'm gonna take it from an artist perspective or like a music perspective, I don't like him. I just don't like how he's not honest about that. That's not his name. And he was a security guard, which is these are all true things. I'm not trying to put the guy down. I go deep with this shit. So if you ask me, like that's just a particular artist I went deep with.
Because I find Rick Ross means so much to me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, and I think of us as the same generation, but I guess we're a little. I don't know if you grew up here, but I think we're from a little different worlds a little bit.
Dude, we 100%. That's the point of this podcast.
Yeah,
right?
Because like where I'm from, the way I grew up. Rick Ross is like a god to me, bro. Like I can remember the first time I heard Rick Ross and literally being like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?" I'll also
Big
say,
Meech,
bro,
Larry Hoover.
hey, bro, someone being a CEO doesn't mean they're a liar. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I agree.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. Man, that's interesting.
That's hip hop.
Because
That's hip hop right there.
I
Dude,
feel like
isn't
Rick,
that hip hop?
I feel like
that's fucking,
Rick. I feel like
that's
Rick
real
Ross,
shit, dude.
like the way I hear people a little like older generation talk about 50. Like I never had that connection to 50. But Rick.
See, I have more connection to 50.
Really?
Yeah.
I got 50.
I think Rick Ross basically is our 50 though.
That's what I'm trying to say. Rick, bro.
Dude, the amount of music that he's made too that is dope. Don't get me wrong. I like Rick Ross, but I just don't like the whole image. Like I don't like the bullshit, but the music's good, is my opinion.
I think I'm Big Meech.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that shit.
Bumping that shit.
And I was literally just like, yo, this guy might be the best rapper I've ever heard in my life.
Wow,
like,
yeah.
Man, Rick Ross is real, bro. Rick Ross got too many real people saying he's real for me to say he's not real.
I think he's real. I mean, I just don't like the I don't know. I feel like I could be completely wrong.
Are you not into street rappers in general? Is that what you're saying? Or?
No, like I'm into some. I'm not really a big. I'm more of like straight bars, like mostly lyricism and shit. I get into it, man. Like,
man,
but if
Rick
you
Ross
look through my library,
bro.
That's what. No, I agree.
Rick Ross said, "No, I never sold dope. I just got me a finder's fee."
That's what I'm saying. I like
Jehovah's
the music.
Witness. Swear to God, I done seen it all, bro.
Picking up the pistols every time the dogs bark.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Denzel on that. I love Denzel, bro. When I think about Rick Ross, I just because of me knowing that shit and like convincing myself of that, I just laugh because I just think it's funny.
I don't know,
but I like him as an artist.
I don't know.
But the image I don't like.
Yeah, I don't know why that came to me, but I was just like, I wonder what.
Dude, that good point though, because think about it. That's hip hop. That's like one artist that who knows, and we don't know, like a random guy in the street could have a third opinion that's nothing like ours. And I love that's hip hop, bro. There is no set in stone. Like every artist is different for everybody. It's so weird, man.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of things there's just not a lot of things like that, man. Like,
I love bro.
That shit is crazy.
That's fine.
So is he in your top 5 or?
No, my top 5. No, he's not in my top 5. My personal top 5.
If we're going top 5.
Off top a little bit. Number 1 is Pusha T always. I'll put Earl in my top. It's not really in order, but I'm going to say Pusha is number 1 and the rest of this is not in order. So Pusha T, Earl Sweatshirt's in my top 5. The Game might be in my top 5. The Game's story is sick too. And he's just he's bro. Crazy. And listen to a song like Hate It or Love It that's like a radio hit and listen to how he's rapping and you're just like, bro, like this guy's a real MC. Like he didn't have to do that on this record. Mm-hmm. He did it because it means something to him. The Game is up there for me. Bro, I like Isaiah Rashad a lot. He doesn't have that much content out there, but I like Isaiah Rashad a lot. The beats with him, too, they always fit him perfectly, which I love. I love Drake, bro. I love Drake. I really love Drake, bro. Pusha. Top 5 is such a hard combo to have. I know. Bro. Because it changes every time I think about it, dog. And changes every day for me. Every time if a new album comes out. I love that I don't put in the MC category. I love Kanye West, but he's not an MC to me. No. He doesn't even write his raps. 100%. I'm going to say currently, Freddie Gibbs is up there for me. Partisan Fontaine is really Freddie Gibbs is in my
Top 5.
Have you heard Partisan Fontaine?
No, I don't think so.
He's
maybe
really,
on a feature, but no.
really fucking good at rap.
Okay, I'll check him.
I love Party.
The last Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, that blew my mind, bro. That blew my mind. I didn't think it could get better than the last one.
I like it more. I like it more than Pinata.
When it first came out, didn't like it more. Now on the 30th, 40th
yeah,
listen, I like it more.
Yeah. Yo, Chance is top 5.
No. But
Chance is
like,
top 5 for me,
those,
by the way.
Chance. I agree with you on that one, man. Chance is just what like. Yeah, he's just on some shit, man. Yeah. But yeah, who else is up there? Obviously, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I think Beatmakers is easier to classify in top 5 for me because it doesn't fluctuate as much. That list for me doesn't change.
What's
as much
your top 5 Beatmakers?
Alchemist.
Okay.
Madlib now.
Okay.
Not Mad. No, actually Madlib then.
Now.
Madlib then. Not Madlib now.
Madlib always.
I don't like. I think the dopes on or the dopes the songs on that Freddie Gibbs tape are I think the beats are sick, but I like his older beats better. Okay. And I think he's amazing still that he made the whole shit on an iPad. It makes no sense to me. I don't know how you can future of hip hop. You don't. That means your medium, your computer, your whatever, your DAW doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Just make the music, right? Alchemist, he's Madlib's up there. I'm gonna forget a lot of people that I really like. Dilla, huge.
I don't have the Dilla knowledge. I should.
Shit. There's more that I'm just not thinking of.
Mike Will made it.
Oh, Kenny Beats. Kenny Beats, huge.
He's dope. He's not top 5.
He's actually huge. Like he's 6'7". It's crazy.
Shout out to Kenny.
Straight up. Another tall man.
Oh, yeah, you fuck with Key?
Who?
Key.
Key?
With an exclamation point. Key.
Never.
Yo, everyone go
Anderson
listen
Paak.
to...
Anderson Paak is top 5 too.
Everyone go listen to So Emotional by Key.
Okay.
That project that's one of my top projects.
I'll add that shit to the Spotify.
Fire. Key is fire. Because he's the guy who did Kenny Beats Drop. That's why I came in. He's the guy going, whoa, Kenny.
I thought that was Gibbs doing Whoa, Kenny. Saying that.
No. It's Key.
It's Key? Sounds like Gibbs. That's crazy. Okay. Alright, well, I'll check him out too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm up there. I don't know, man. I love Alchemist for some reason. Oh, and
Alchemist is fine.
What is it? Party Supplies. Party Supplies
is cool.
Hippie Sabotage is crazy.
I don't know.
I think it's 2 guys. They do a lot of EDMs. Like they did like that one. It's called Sunny. The album's called. And then it's
Harry Fraud is
Harry Fraud. Oh, Selecta.
Yeah.
They're all gonna come now.
Harry Fraud is like
you like Big Crit?
Yeah.
Big Crit's dope.
More so as an MC than a producer, though.
Yeah, his production is whatever. It's good. Like he can do it, but it's just doesn't.
I like that on his last couple projects, he's gotten beats from other producers. Same with Cole.
His last album's long too. Same thing as like the Chance. It's like the same lane.
I like the album, but it's so fucking long, dog.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I get it. Like I get that you had even if like this is Drake has 700, 800 songs. And he boils that down to like 12 or whatever.
Well, what you gotta realize too is at this point in time, the more streams you get, the more it counts as sales for your album. So if you make your album longer, you technically get more streams and you make more money off.
You just will get more just because of the actual.
And people
more
that
content.
first week shit means so much to people.
Agreed.
Why? Whatever.
Oh no, the DJ Khaled shit with his last. That's a perfect example of what you just said.
That album was bad. I'm sorry, Khaled. I love you.
Khaled doesn't even do anything.
No, that's not true. no, I'm not doing it.
No, I'm fucking
Khaled, I love Khaled.
No, I love Khaled, dude. Because Khaled never changed on us, bro. Khaled never switched up, bro. He never switched up.
I really want to be on a Khaled album one day, so Khaled, please, I'm sorry.
No, dude, I fuck with DJ Khaled.
I really don't like the new album.
It
sounded like the opposite of a DJ Khaled album, which is it sounded like people were emailing you verses.
Facts. And he just threw his tag on and called it a day.
The song with Nipsey and John Legend is fire.
Now, okay, so we're gonna transition, but actually, let me just stay on Khaled for a second. Khaled, the shit how he didn't have number 1. How weird was that? You remember that when he was like really mad that he was about to sue because he didn't have number 1? Do you think that's weird? Like that's weird to me.
Nah, it's not weird. Not to me. People
I just don't think it means anything really to have. I get it. Well, I don't think you should have to worry about that.
When you're signed to a major label,
it's different.
What's expected of you is to be number 1, and then you're not. that does mean something.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get.
I use the wrong words. It does mean
they're
something.
They're gonna prioritize your next album differently.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Yeah, but he was mad that Tyler was at 1 and he wasn't.
He would have been mad at anyone at 1 and he wasn't. But especially Tyler, because Tyler's a weirdo.
So what do you think about Tyler being number 1 over that record? It makes perfect sense.
It makes me so happy. I can't even explain how much joy.
What do you think about the Tyler record?
It's his best album.
Yeah. I like. It grew on me. It grew on me.
Tyler, the Creator, Pusha T, Max Bemis, Frank Ocean, Kanye West. Those are my idols. So to see Tyler has said he was gonna do all of this. He said he was gonna do all this shit, and people are like, "This fucking horrorcore rapper's not." And he's done he's designed furniture, clothing lines, done.
Can we talk about a professional human being, basically, just in and out of music, man?
My number one inspirations are Tyler and Pusha. So solid, so authentic, and just to be rewarded for being so authentic and so true to yourself brings me so much inspiration.
I get messed up because I get too technical. I get too technical with a lot of music, and that's just how I am. I just like picking shit apart sometimes and like going down to the nitty gritty details of like,
I do too.
Yo, these beats are just like. This is just a generic trap beat. Like, how could they have this on this album? Whatever it is, like, and I think that is like a problem that I'm trying to like almost fix a little bit.
That's not a problem.
No, I want to see the art more in the art sense though. Like, it's just sometimes I find myself getting too caught up in the details when I should just take a step back and just listen to the art.
But I do too. It's just about what you prefer, though.
You're right.
Because I hate a lot.
It's not a bad thing. I just think it's a thing that I have to check.
Another shout out.
Bang.
My man Luke always sends me all the new rappers. Like, yo, you would like this one, and I never like it. But it's just because we have opposite taste, and it's because I really sit there, and if I don't like something, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I am. I don't like the shit I don't like. If I don't like it, I don't like it.
And
I'm happy you're getting money, and I'm glad other people like this.
True.
There's nothing I like more than seeing people be happy and passionate about something. I play video games.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all my gamer girls. And I don't like Fortnite, but I love how much kids love Fortnite.
You should, though, because that brings them so much joy, right?
I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I love it so much. It reminds me of playing Halo 2. I just love to see people be happy and love things, bro. So I say that to say, I don't like a lot of these rappers' music, but I wouldn't publicly say that or speak ill upon anyone unless I had a real issue with them personally because, bro, I love that people love your music and you're bringing joy to people's lives. 'Cause at the end of the day, this life shit's not that serious, bro. I personally believe that you die and then it's over. So just try and make the best of it while you're here and distract yourself in the best way possible until it's lights
constructively out. Create. If you feel a need to create, just create it, right? It doesn't matter like me saying me explaining my feelings on Rick Ross doesn't change anything about Rick Ross's record, bro. It changes nothing about his music. So you can I think that's it. And I think that's hard. Like that's probably hard for every artist or most artists, I think. Maybe not most artists, but almost just getting caught up in what should I make, and it's never about what you should make. It's just about making.
That's fact. You want to rap?
Let's fucking rap. Bro.
Should we rap? You have headphones, or what are we doing?
You can put headphones on. Actually, shit, then we won't hear it. I'm fucked up. All right, we don't have the setup for the headphones because I need an interface.
We'll do whatever works.
I was thinking, I was like, yo, I would have to split it off. That's all right. We'll get it for the next ones.
Boop, boop,
We're getting there. As long as we got music playing. It don't. Actually, I've done the loop videos where I'm just sitting here looping shit and recording it, and with that mic, and it just picks it up and it doesn't clip, and it's
sounds okay. Oh, whatever works. I got some raps.
All right, bet.
Dark.
Oh God, he's going.
I got my friends across the street living large.
Dude, this is great.
Shirt and it was fire, but it ripped mad quick. Uniqlo, what's good? I love rapping, bro. Let's do this. I wrote this. I'll probably reuse some or reuse some raps, but it's good.
That's fine.
Who
Who cares? We out here.
Some of this, I want to say some of this I did right off top though, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Good shit. Yeah, respect.
Shout
man.
out to me.
Yo, but back to your one point before of like not even writing shit down and just going in the moment of like writing the bar. Like you have two bars. You rip the 2 bars and then you plan on freestyling the 3rd bar. I've like freestyled the 3rd bar like 8 times, and one of those times you're like, oh, that's it, right? So now you got 3, and it's like building that in your head. Like that probably took some time, right? Like, because I know with me,
I never used to be able to.
Yeah,
this is a new thing for me. But
and sometimes, and if I stop, like you said, if you stop writing, like never stop. If I stop, I'm fucked, bro. I can't do it.
I said. So this is gonna sound okay? Yeah, all right, let's get it then.
I mean, whatever, bro. It's a podcast.
I'm about to blow your lines away, bro.
Chandler James, ladies and gentlemen, about to kill the game out here. Money in the grave. On the spot.
I mean,
BOPCAST.
where the fuck shall I really even start?
Okay.
JayZ Jane. Shout out Sully. Yeah.
We out here. Let's get it.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I'm trying to see you live, and I put that on my life. I'm just trying to fuck, I don't really want to pipe. I'd rather keep the peace, I don't really want to fight. Cause they keep the peace and they purge every night. I'm from a state where you're never really safe. Mine's in a state where I'm never really sane. Broad day, they might break your state and leave with the bag, but they ask take the case. Oh, good grace for the base, boy, they love it. Swerve back rows, couple holes in the bucket. Shorty got nosy when she heard how I stuff it. I don't want the sex, but you better let it suck it. Hulk Hogan, how I rip this. Bad bitch, and she twists like a ripstick. Bad bitch, and she twists like a Rubik's. Ay, and if the king's dead, I'm Anubis. Yeah, shit real, motherfucker. I'm the man, I ain't worried about another. Got bands, no playing. What's a hand in a game? Still I ball like I'm Glover. Bad one at the door. She turned to a nudist as soon as it closed. The bread is the power. I'm down for the toast. The distance is liquid. We bridged it like moats. As for the rest, boy, I'm deaf as like most. Tri-State Jane got stained by the coast. Y'all forfeit or floor it. See me coast, I'll bum you a cig. Then me free smoke. Fuck with the gang, with the team. The greatest of showers, the rain is supreme. I'm forward like hours, gonna change in the spring. Y'all chasing the buzz, but that ring is a sting. Back on my holy, a soda with Stoli. My wrist is a rollie, that's Polly-Oli. These oppas is barbers, want to fade me. Gigolo Jane, fuck you, pay me. I'm the new JayZ, Jane is star soon. The aim is hold lane like staying in carpools. Make the wrong move, I bang a bar stool. Be grateful I'm full, your gang is all full, bitch. Pop out with the click while I'm trying to keep a grip. It's like 40 and I slip. I'm anointed in this board of the game, so I took a risk. You should quit shooting bricks. I'm quick to assist. Got bills by the way. It's a blue phase on the gang. Yeah. What the fuck now? Whole squad gone, so I told them bring the bus down. Yeah. All you do is rap. What they claim to be, man, I swear I'm really that. The schmurder off top, man, I swear it's no cap. Yeah, think Sully Bob. They gon' see you in the cast. Facts.
What are we doing here? This is just demolition derby out here, dude. Chandler, James, he does it. It's obvious. Bro, that was sick, bro.
Thank you, brother.
That was sick, dude.
Thank you, brother.
This is why we out here. This is why we're doing this.
Yeah, I like to rap.
Obviously, he's got it. You don't gotta worry.
Go listen to kids.
Yeah, let me...
Follow me on Instagram.
Pop over here.
It's coming out September 25th. Look out for Heads Up featuring Mosiah. I got a show next month on the 24th at the Knitting Factory in Brooklyn. Shout out to
Be there. Fuck yeah, bro.
You
be there. This has been dope, man.
Definitely.
Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Another artist for the BOPCAST. I think I'm kind of transitioning that way now because the most interesting people to me most of the time are people who create. So
right.
shout out to everybody who does everything else, but in my mind, creators are my favorite people, bro. So once again, bro, thanks for coming up here.
Appreciate you, boy.
That's it. BOPCAST, you can find him at Chandler James, I believe, on Instagram.
At Chandler X James.
At Chandler X James. Like I said, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music,
Chandler
SoundCloud,
James.
I assume.
Yes, sir.
BOPCAST, we are everywhere podcasts are found. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor app, Stitcher. I don't even know what that one is. All the ones even nobody uses, we're there too. So,
fire.
All right, guys.
Get it. I told him not today. Okay. I had some times of elation and hatred. At this point, I swear ain't shit y'all could, ayy. Yeah. Your shit is copy paste. Ay. My shit apply from pain. If you want some shit, but you can't, shit quit. I could promise you this was not from Jane. Ay. On my good grace, I'm him, the one who went passing displays of sin. I'd rather train and delay to win and skip to the finish and fade the end. I know some people won't see me fall. I know I might, but keep it tall. I never been one to live for reaction. I'm about the static, I'm never relaxing. Ay. I never granted your passage. I'm about to focus so much of distraction. We supreme, bitch, obey or get boxed. We ain't the same, what I claim ain't no fashion. This shit a marathon, never a dash. I do it for free though, it's chips in the bag. I do it for free though, I'm getting the cash. Do it for honor. Ay, look at me go, look at me switch. I'm the third hoe, that ain't my bitch. I had to roll, you was on stick. This from the soul, I was born to sin. Look at my dirt, now I'm a rinse. Wasn't the first, won't be remiss. Won't be the god, won't be the bottom. Shoot for the top, scope it done got 'em, made. Yeah, I got some problems, eh, but none of them really a dollar, eh. Yeah, shorty won't fuck, I told her whenever you holler, eh. Yeah, it ain't about it, eh. I swear I'm the son of my father, eh. Yeah, I'll never trust, and I've been this way since a toddler, eh. Yeah, sustain.